I'm Gourdon, coming to you with an important PSA. Pumpkin Service Announcement.
Hi, I'm Scott Nevin, here to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how I made my pumpkin service announcement video for this Halloween. If you haven't seen it already, you might want to watch it first at this link, or find the link in the description. And in this video, I'm going to talk about this process in four main parts. That's the concept and design, construction, programming and electronics, and filming. So let's get started. I originally built the mechanism for Gourdon a couple years ago without an exact plan for it. Then in 2019 wanted to make it into a jack-o'-lantern figure to be added to my outside display. Didn't have time to fully realize the goal, so a simple pumpkin was stuck on top and basic movements were programmed. This year I decided to fully realize the original goal though, but when I learned we wouldn't be having outside Halloween this year, I had to come up with a new concept. I knew I wanted to make some kind of video and thought maybe some play on a pandemic PSA would be funny, and that's when my girlfriend Becca suggested pumpkin service announcement, and I had my concept. I based him off this funny talking Halloween decoration from when I was a kid that would scare you and then laugh at you for it, and I thought it was the perfect personality for Gourdon. I wrote a rough script and had help polishing it up from Tyler Phillips, who also voiced Gourdon. I even made this big long character sheet so that everyone that was helping on the project could have a good idea of what we were going for. And as for his design, it was basically just a foam pumpkin attached to the top of this mechanism with an added motor to work the mouth. As I said, I built this mechanism a while back, and it was my first robotic mechanism made entirely out of aluminum and other metal parts. I won't be doing a step-by-step instruction on how to build it, as I made it from watching a course on StanWinstonSchool.com. If you'd like to make this exact same mechanism, check out their two-part series there that covers every single step beginning to end. But of course I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's a 3-axis mechanism that can rotate, nod, and tilt the top plate, which you could attach almost anything to make different characters. The foam pumpkin was mounted to a wooden plate attached to the top of that also held the jaw servo. The mouth is a simple cutout piece of the pumpkin attached to a brass strip coming from the servo. I originally thought of having him on a box, but that would remove most of the motion he's capable of, so I decided to give him a little body. I formed pieces of styrene plastic with a heat gun to make the shoulders, and attached it and other pieces to the frame to give his body some shape, as well as keep the stuffing out of the servos. I wanted him to look like he was stuffed with leaves, so I used some pieces of floral foam and hot glued leaves to it to achieve that effect. And after dressing and stuffing him, he was ready for programming. Gourdon has 4 servos that are controlled by a Polulu Maestro board that gets its instructions from a program called VSA, or Visual Show Automation, a DMX sequencing program for animatronics. Since he was going to be filmed and not outside, he was always attached to the computer to control the servos for filming. I used a joystick to define the basic movements throughout the routine and went back in after to manually fine-tune them, especially for the mouth movement, which isn't always full open and full shut. For certain syllables, the mouth may only open halfway or may open and close slower for certain parts. And to show you in real time how it all works together, here's an X-ray showing the insides along with the program.
Coming to you with an important PSA. Pumpkin Service Announcement. Now, I know we're all worried about how different Halloween is gonna be this year. Well, as long as you follow these easy steps, you won't end up worm food. First of all, keep 6 feet in between each other at all times. Especially keep 6 feet in between you and a zombie. Or 6 arms. Or 6 heads. Keep those zombies munching. They'll be too full by the time they get to you. Next, I want to tell you how important wearing a mask is. And I ain't talking about Halloween masks either. It needs to cover your mouth, nose, and your whole face if you plan on getting any candy. And finally, keep them gathering small. You don't want your seance getting too crowded. Ghosts hate that. There's never enough room. Well, that's it. If you follow these simple rules, you'll be safe from spooky viruses. No promises on murderous clowns, though. Happy Halloween.
The PSA was originally going to be shot as if Gourdon was in a big dark studio, but I realized it was much more practical to simply decorate the garage behind him as if he was one of the decorations come to life. This gave me the chance to put fun things in, like the very decoration he was inspired from, and the prop whose mechanism he stole to come to life. The lighting was designed by my brother Steve and consisted of 2 soft boxes, one as a key light and one as a fill light, then 2 red lights above him to define his shape and give the scene a little bit more color, and a purple light added in at the end to really add the fun Halloween vibe to the scene. Since his performance would be the same every time, I shot him from multiple angles and used a tone and light in VSA to sync up all the videos as well as his audio. This gave the illusion of a multi-camera setup and that Gourdon was looking at different cameras in the studio, when in fact he was just programmed to look a certain way and the camera was positioned to be where he was looking.
First of all, keep 6 feet in between each other at all times. Especially keep 6 feet in between you and a zombie. Or 6 arms. Or 6 heads. Keep those zombies munching. They'll be too full by the time they get to you.
All this put together and with cuts at the right time and some graphics made for a much more professional looking video that really brought Gourdon to life. Well, that's pretty much it for Gourdon and the pumpkin service announcement. Thanks for watching this behind the scenes look at my animatronic jack-o'-lantern project for this Halloween. To check out older projects and to keep up with new ones, follow my Instagram at nevtechcreations and subscribe to this channel for future videos. If you have any questions, feel free to comment or DM me on Instagram. See you next time.